Hey, what's going on, guys? Alexander Astrologist. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We're going to talk today about Jupiter moving into Scorpio, which is going to happen on October 10th, 2017, and it'll last until November 8th, 2018. So this is about discovering more about who we are, discovering more about the heart. And Jupiter moves into a new sign every year, and it's the biggest planet in the solar system, so it's a really big shift when it happens, and it's extra powerful this year because it's the ruling archetype of the year. Since September 9th, 2016, Jupiter has been in Libra, and we have seen the effects in our world. Now, Libra is a sign of the scales, which means it's a sign of karma, it's a sign of justice, but not justice as man defines it. The archetype of justice is karmic, and it says, I know what you do behind closed doors, I know the vile thoughts that you're having, and they are accounted for. So when we look at our world and we say, wow, last year sucked, or as other astrologers or guides out there sell their services by trying to dramatize what the media is already exaggerating, I say no. Last year did not suck. First of all, the effects of Jupiter in Libra accelerate our karma as a collective. Mankind has a lot of karma under its belt, and Jupiter in Libra has shown us that. So if we want to do something about it, we need to work on ourselves, and Jupiter in Libra for the past year should have given you a bill of things to work on. And accompanying and complaining about what the leaders or your neighbor is doing is not on that bill. Libra is relationships, and success relationships do not contain people who are more interested in what others are doing. Successful relationships are composed of people who look into themselves and take responsibility for the thoughts and attitudes of violence which affect the karmic bill. With Jupiter moving into Scorpio now, we have the opportunity to change what we have been shown in this past year. Jupiter, in the dash lineage of astrology, is the Heart Chakra, and it's the planet of change. The Heart Chakra is the love vortex. It is also where empathy and our ability to heal lives. So the heart of the solar system, so to speak, is moving into Scorpio on October 10th, which in the dash system is the zodiac sign of transformation. It also rules over the middle cycle of autumn. During the month of Scorpio this year, we will feel this shift more than ever, especially in southwest areas, which represents the love and relationship corner in Feng Shui. Jupiter is majorly known as the expander, but if we are not ready to expand, we will repeat what we know. Jupiter wants to expand our understanding about union. Now, when I say union and not unity, this is because union is required to have unity. We cannot just say that we are united and aspire to unity without first having gone through union ourselves. So I challenge anyone who wants unity to first experience union with those closest to you. It's so easy to overestimate ourselves that we can unite with others. If we want to help heal the state of the world, we need to first experience union with our partner, our spouse, our best friend, or somebody. Only then can we show others the way. In this way, of course, those who are in a state of union have an advantage, whether they are sane or not. I am not saying we need to aspire to unite with everyone. That is why we have compassion, which is ruled by Jupiter and thereby the Heart Chakra, as we spoke about. With compassion, we are impersonal because it is impossible to be personal and have compassion at the same time. Otherwise, we pity others, which means we feel better than them, even secretly, which is a Scorpio thing. As with everything in life, there are different ways these energies can manifest. Jupiter, transiting Scorpio, can make us promiscuous, exceedingly secretive, and create more of the same stubborn hatred. When the masses act like animals, the leaders must take precautions and make things even more secretive. Transparency will become even more elusive, which of course increases its demand. We need to understand that Scorpio is the sign that plans to attack others. It plans to and attacks others. Now when we do this, we all do this. We all have Scorpio in our chart, and whatever our outlet is, we use it to attack each other. Scorpio is famous for setting people up, cornering them so they are only left to make one move. It's a type of torture, really. So as the media exaggerates the movements of our leaders and riles people up, we lose sight of union. Union today is defined as us against him, and true union includes all. Now, as a millennial, I know that we have really bad attitudes and want everyone to do the work for us. I remember, for example, even going to schools where the parents did the projects, such as dioramas for my friends, and I would come to school with my little handmade diorama, and which my parents didn't lay a finger on. The other kids in my class had dioramas that no second grader had the resources to make on their own. So most of us grew up like that. And Jupiter rules growth, by the way. And now we are going to be faced with the death of that dependency. Jupiter and Scorpio could eliminate whatever we are dependent on in an unhealthy way, because Jupiter wants us to grow. If this doesn't happen, our codependence will become even more ingrained, and then in another 12 years or so we may have a midlife crisis, God forbid. If we go down this path, we will push our leaders, inner and outer leaders, away from us, and we will keep seeing more of the same. No growth, only more cycles and more of the same. Chances are that we will end up in another reality where all we see is exaggerated self-flagellation and cold-hearted revenge. It's not a pretty reality. Or we can use this Jupiter and Scorpio transit to open our heart chakra to union. In our heart, we want to be free. We want to be free of living to be accepted by others, to be free of wanting to be loved by others, and we want to be our true self. Well, over the next year, we can be liberated from our ego. Our ideas of love will be completely transformed into something better. Rather than thinking of love as an attachment, we will see it as a sacred matrimony. We can end cycles with this transit and expand beyond the outdated, dump out old cells, and take the fight where it really belongs, within. We can transcend our fixed and limited world and enter a reality that accepts the changes which are already occurring. We will learn to no longer be afraid of death, as Jupiter will help us have courage and balance. We will also learn that every change Jupiter brings is a little death, which welcomes the energy of our life force to create something new. We can only fit into the new once we have taken off the old. Miley Cyrus, for example, sings in her new song, Younger Now, "No one stays the same. You know what goes up must come down. Change is a thing you can count on. I feel so much younger now." We can access these positive aspects of Jupiter by opening our stubborn, fixed hearts and activate the power of enthusiasm, protection, accumulation, and fortune. Jupiter rotates and circulates, so whatever we put out will come back to us with Saturn. During this transit, we want to bring the lower energies into the higher through the heart chakra and bring death to our ego, especially with sex. I always say if your ego isn't dying while having sex, you're not doing it right, as the heart chakra is where the opposites find union and thereby orgasm. If you're not married, have safe sex, and especially energetically speaking. When we are intimate with people, we take on their life force and it takes time to process them out. We can lose ourselves in this way. We may also see a lot of pregnancies during this time, and again, southwest activity. Our financial situation is going to change, even as Uranus will soon enter Taurus, the sign of money. But since Scorpio also rules shared resources, we may see prosperity in joint ventures and joint accounts. But only if we are doing the work. Otherwise, I will spare you the details of what could happen. The opposite of Scorpio is Taurus. If Taurus rules money, systems, and religion, then Scorpio rules the mystical energy which runs that machine. With Jupiter entering Scorpio, the energy will be amped up, and with Uranus soon entering Taurus, we will definitely see upgrades in our banking and spiritual systems to match this divine energy which is going to manifest. We want to be ready and not distracted when this happens. Now, I am not political, I am spiritual. I also see what's going on in the terrestrial and celestial worlds. And I say all of this because I have a lot of love in my heart, and I wish to illuminate a path for those who are seeking an alternative to the popular mindset. We find union through the heart, not through ego. With the ego, we only find separation. So if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know if this video helped you, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're new and get the next one, and I'll see you then. And stay tuned for some closing points. So during this transit, we might feel compelled to do things, and I've laid out some solutions. But before we get into that, anatomy to be aware of in this transit is the blood circulation and the sexual organs. The questions we need to ask ourselves: what life changes are you experiencing? What do you need to let go of? Some collective pulls that we might feel that we need to overcome is living for intensity, exaggeration of drama, having a stubborn heart, wanting to fight to bring out our abilities, confessing secrets that are not ours. And we can overcome these things, and what we can do to pull out of these pulls is to be intense about your own life. Be inspired by the drama. Find that union. Take the fight within. Let secrets of your own heart out in order to facilitate growth. So thanks for listening, and I ask you, be the one who makes a difference by using Astrology.